Hi, I'm Victoria, a 32-year-old architect. Up until recently, I thought I had everything figured out. I lived in my childhood home, a beautiful old Victorian house that my parents left me when they passed away. It was my anchor, filled with love and memories. My husband Liam and I had been happily married for 5 years, or so I thought. Honey, what do you think about updating the kitchen? I asked Liam one evening, sketching out some ideas. Sounds great, babe. Whatever you want, he replied, barely looking up from his phone. I should have noticed the red flags, but love makes you blind sometimes. My mother-in-law, Diane, and sister-in-law, Megan, were always around, criticizing everything from my decor to my cooking. This wallpaper is so outdated, Victoria, Diane would say, running her fingers along the wall with disdain. Mom picked that up, I'd reply, trying to stay calm. Well, maybe it's time for a change, don't you think? Megan would add, her voice dripping with suggestion. I brushed it off as family dynamics, but I was wrong, so wrong. At work, I confided in my best friend and colleague, Ryan. I don't know, Ryan, sometimes I feel like I'm fighting a losing battle with Liam's family. Victoria, you're worth 10 of them. Don't let them get to you, Ryan assured me. If only I had listened to him sooner. I threw myself into planning the renovation, excited to blend the old with the new. Liam seemed on board, nodding along to my ideas. This is going to be amazing. I gushed, showing him the plans. Yeah, sounds good, he mumbled, distracted again. Little did I know, he was sharing every detail with Diane and Megan behind my back. One day, I overheard a heated phone call. Mom, I know you don't like it, but it's Victoria's house, Liam was saying. My stomach dropped. Why was he discussing our plans with his mother? I confronted him that night. Liam, why are you talking to your mom about our renovation? She's just interested, that's all, he defended weakly. It's our home, Liam. Our decision. He agreed, but something still felt off. Tension with Diane and Megan grew, but I tried to keep the peace for Liam's sake. If I had known what was coming, I would have packed my bags that very night. Hindsight is 20/20, right? I had no idea my perfect life was about to come crashing down, literally. That fateful Tuesday, I pulled into the driveway after a long day at work, and my heart stopped. Where our beautiful Victorian home once stood, there was nothing but a pile of rubble. I stumbled out of my car, unable to believe my eyes. Liam, I screamed, hoping this was some sick nightmare. But it wasn't, it was all too real. As I stood there in shock, a neighbor rushed over. Victoria, oh my God. I tried calling you all day. Your mother-in-law and sister-in-law showed up with a demolition crew this morning. I couldn't believe it. My knees went weak. Diane and Megan did this, but how? Why? Just then, Liam's car pulled up. He got out, looking nervous, not shocked. That's when it hit me, he knew. Victoria, I can explain, he started. Explain? Our home is gone, Liam. I was shaking with rage and disbelief. Mom and Megan, they thought it would be better to start fresh. The land is valuable and you let them destroy our home, my parents' home. It's just a house, Victoria. We can build a new one, he said as if that made everything okay. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Just a house. That was my childhood home, Liam. It was filled with memories. How could you? As we argued, Ryan pulled up, probably after seeing my missed calls. Victoria, what happened? Are you okay? He asked, glancing at the rubble and then at Liam, piecing things together. They demolished my house, Ryan. Liam let them do it, I said, my voice breaking. Ryan's face hardened. This is illegal. I'm calling the police. Liam panicked. No, wait. We can work this out as a family. Family? I laughed bitterly. You, Diane, and Megan aren't my family. Not anymore. As if on cue, Diane and Megan pulled up, looking smug until they saw me. Victoria, dear, you're home early, Diane said, trying to sound sweet. Cut the crap, Diane. How dare you destroy my home? I was beyond furious. Megan stepped in. It's for the best, Victoria. This old place was holding you back. Now we can build something modern, something that fits our family's image. Your family's image? I'm not part of your family, and I never will be again. Liam tried to play peacemaker. Let's all calm down. We can discuss this rationally. Rationally? I shot back. There's nothing rational about this. I turned to Ryan, called the police. As Ryan made the call, I noticed our elderly neighbor, Mrs. Thompson, waving at me from her porch. She motioned for me to come over. "Victoria, dear," she whispered, "I have it all on video. My security camera caught everything." I could have hugged her. "Mrs. Thompson, you're a lifesaver." Returning to the group, I felt a newfound resolve. They thought they could bulldoze my life. Well, they had another thing coming. "You all think you've won," I said, my voice steady. "This isn't over. Not by a long shot." The look of uncertainty that flashed across their faces gave me grim satisfaction. They had no idea what was coming, but I did, and I was ready for war. The next few weeks were a whirlwind. I was determined to rise from the ashes of my demolished home and make those responsible pay. My first stop? A cutthroat divorce attorney, Samantha Blake. "Victoria, what they've done is reprehensible," Samantha said, reviewing my case. "We're going to hit them where it hurts." I nodded, a mix of sadness and determination surging through me. "I want everything," I said. "They took my home, my memories. I won't let them take anything else." With Samantha's guidance, I started gathering evidence. I secretly recorded conversations with Liam, Diane, and Megan, catching them in lie after lie. During one particularly revealing conversation, I pressed Liam about his involvement. "Liam, why did you really go along with this?" I asked, my phone discreetly recording from my pocket. He sighed, running a hand through his hair. I owe some people money, Victoria. Mom said she'd help if I agreed to the demolition. You gambled away our future." I asked, disgusted but keeping my cool. "How much?" "About $200,000, he admitted, looking ashamed. I felt sick, but remained composed. This was the evidence I needed. Meanwhile, I used my architectural connections to halt any potential construction plans on my property. Ryan, as always, was instrumental. "Victoria, I've spoken with the city planners," he reported. "They've agreed to freeze any permits for your land." I smiled, feeling a small but significant victory. "Thank you, Ryan. I don't know what I'd do without you." As the days passed, I watched cracks form in the conspirators' alliance. Liam was under pressure at work due to the scandal, and Diane and Megan's reputations were in tatters as word of their actions spread through the community. One day, I overheard them arguing outside the ruins of what used to be our home. "This is all your fault, Mom," Liam shouted. "If you hadn't pushed so hard." Diane cut him off. "My fault? You agreed to this, Liam. Don't you dare try to back out now." Megan chimed in, panicked. "Both of you, shut up. Someone might hear us." Little did they know, I was recording everything. While they were falling apart, I was rebuilding. Ryan helped me secure a high-profile job offer in another city. "Victoria, this could be your fresh start," Ryan said, showing me the details. "You be heading up their sustainable design division." For the first time in weeks, I felt a glimmer of hope. "It sounds perfect. Thank you, Ryan." My sister Olivia, who had been living abroad, flew back to support me. "I can't believe what they did," Olivia said, hugging me tightly. "But you're stronger than this, Victoria. You're going to come out on top." Her words bolstered my resolve. I was going to win this battle. As part of my strategy, I played along with Liam, Diane, and Megan, letting them think I might forgive them. All the while, I was meticulously preparing my counterattack. "Maybe we can work this out," I said to Liam one evening, forcing a smile. "Family is important, after all." The relief on his face was palpable. "Really? Oh, Victoria, I'm so glad you're seeing reason." Little did he know, the only reason I was seeing was the reason to make them pay for what they'd done. The phoenix was rising, and soon they'd feel the heat of my revenge. The day of reckoning finally arrived. I had all my ducks in a row, and it was time to unleash hell on those who had betrayed me. I called a family meeting at the ruins of what used to be our home. Liam, Diane, and Megan arrived, looking smug, clearly believing I was ready to forgive and forget. "I'm so glad you've come to your senses, Victoria," Diane said, patting my arm condescendingly. I smiled sweetly. "Oh, I've come to my senses, all right." That's when I nodded to Ryan, who had been waiting nearby. He approached, flanked by 2 police officers and my lawyer, Samantha. "What's going on?" Liam asked, his face going pale. "Justice," I replied simply. Samantha stepped forward, handing each of them a thick envelope. "You're being served. Charges include destruction of property, fraud, and conspiracy." The look of shock on their faces was priceless. Megan burst into tears while Diane sputtered indignantly. You can't do this. We're family, she shrieked. I laughed bitterly. Family doesn't destroy each other's homes, Diane. As the officers began reading them their rights, I turned to Liam. Oh, and honey, I'm filing for divorce. Have fun explaining your gambling debts to the judge. His face crumpled. Victoria, please. But I was done listening. I watched as they were escorted to the police cars, feeling a weight lift from my shoulders. The next few months were a whirlwind of legal proceedings. Thanks to the evidence I'd gathered and the testimony of neighbors like Mrs. Thompson, the case was airtight. In the end, Liam, Diane, and Megan were found guilty on all charges. They faced hefty fines and probation. Liam's gambling debts came to light during the divorce proceedings, leaving him financially ruined. 5 years later, I stand in front of my new home, a beautiful modern house I designed myself. It incorporates elements from my childhood home, a perfect blend of past and future. Ryan, now my partner in both life and work, wraps his arm around me. You did it, Victoria. You rebuilt your life. I smile, leaning into him. We did it. I couldn't have done this without you. To anyone out there facing similar struggles, remember this. You are stronger than you know. Don't let toxic people dim your light. Rise, rebuild, and reclaim your life. The best revenge is living well, and trust me, it tastes sweeter than you can imagine. The story of my betrayal and triumph has come to an end, but now I have a question for you. If you were in my shoes, would you have pursued legal action against your family, or would you have tried to forgive them for the sake of preserving family ties? What do you think is more important, justice or family loyalty? Share your thoughts in the comments below.